If they don't close for whatever reason, you want to make sure you don't squander the opportunity to make the profit on that deal. Hi everyone, Travis Spear with Pine Financial Group, where we work together so you succeed. If you're seeing our video for the first time, please subscribe to the YouTube channel so you get notifications of new content. If you're checking us out on Facebook, please give us a like, comment, or share so you and your friends can see the content that we're putting out. Look forward to working with you on future deals. Today, I'm going to talk to you about 3 ways to wholesale real estate deals. This is really important to know the strategies used to wholesale real estate, whether you're a buyer or you're going to be a wholesaler. The reason this is important is because understanding the techniques and the process will help you with smoother transactions. So the first and easiest way is to assign the contract. A few years ago, this was a little bit easier. You would just simply check the assignment box on the contract, and then you could assign that contract to whoever you like for a fee. In recent years, it's become a little bit more challenging because as sellers have become a little bit more savvy and less bank-owned property, they won't allow that strategy as often. So this could be a great strategy if you're wholesaling property that you're buying from off-market deals or from private sellers, because typically they wouldn't know the difference of whether you're going to assign the contract or not. Great strategy, easiest way to assign real estate deals. Another great way to do it is with a double close. Now the challenge with the double close is there's some added expense in the deal. So as the wholesaler, you would put the property under contract, you would actually close on the property at the title company and then immediately resell it to your investor. You could do that the same day, or you could potentially do it a couple days later, however it worked out for your buyer. The challenge here is in most markets, you're going to actually have to close on the property, provide the good funds to buy the property. So your money's going to be wired into the title company, seller's going to take their piece, and then you're going to resell that property. Now, in some cases, you could do it in the same day, double close or simultaneous close at the same title company. This is great because the money that you need to borrow or put in is only out for a short period of time, so your risk to collect your profit is rather short, and you have the ability to get that done quickly. Some title companies don't like the term double close, and you may need to check with a few to find out who's going to be the best bet for you if this is your strategy when wholesaling properties. The third strategy is a little bit more complex, but we found it to work really well over time. We call that the LLC transfer. In some cases, you might do a land trust transfer. They work very similarly, just using different documents. So in most markets, setting up an LLC is relatively inexpensive. In Colorado, it costs you about $50. In some other markets, it might cost you a couple $100, but I'll show you how to use an LLC, what we call a throwaway LLC or single purpose LLC, to get this done. So this is how it works. As the wholesaler, you're going to contract with the seller as an LLC. So let's use 123 LLC as an example. So you're going to write the contract as 123 LLC as a wholesaler with the seller. So now you're under contract with the seller, with the LLC being the owner of the contract. So now what do? You want to wholesale this property. So instead of actually wholesaling the property, you're going to sell the rights to close on the property. So now as the wholesaler, you have your buyer down here, and here's your LLC contract. So now this comes over here. You collect your wholesale fee. Now, in a lot of cases, you're going to want to collect most or all of your wholesale fee, whether it be $5, $8, $10, $50,000, because now the new buyer or your wholesale buyer has the rights to close on the contract. If they don't close for whatever reason, you want to make sure you don't squander the opportunity to make the profit on that deal. So you want to collect most of, if not all of the wholesale fee at that time. Now, the buyer is your new wholesale buyer is under contract with the seller using that LLC that you sold them. Now, you're going to accomplish this by selling them the LLC with a transfer agreement that shows how the ownership changes and collecting a fee. Now, your buyer shows up to the title company and buys the property from the seller, and really nobody's none the wiser because the same LLC is closing on the property. One thing you might want to keep in mind when buying properties this way through a LLC is that what you're going to do with that LLC after you purchase the property. If you're actively doing flips or rentals, you might want to consider how that's going to affect your financing. And some financiers may not want to participate in a deal with an LLC that doesn't have any history to it. So make sure you've checked that out. And now that you understand this process, maybe you'll be a little bit more comfortable in buying your next wholesale deal. If there's something we can help you with in this process or in the real estate business, we'd love to. Please leave some comments below. We'd like to have a little dialogue on the video and see how we can help you. Please join us at pinefinancialgroup.com. We'll see you next week.